What up, what up, what up? What up, everybody? It's your girl, Marquita, but they like to call me Who Miss Hollywood, and you're tuned into another episode of So Hollywood, the podcast.
Is it me or is it hot in here? You got it. Is it me or is it hot in here? So Hollywood, H-O-double-L-Y.
Hey, what up, everybody? It's your girl, Marquita, but they like to call me Who Miss Hollywood. You're tuned into another episode of So Hollywood, the podcast. So Hollywood, the podcast is a platform where everyone is treated equally, and I bring them together with this thing called entertainment. Catch the latest episode of So Hollywood, the podcast on my YouTube channel and my Instagram page. You want to be a guest, go to So Hollywood, the podcast. Period. And if you're an artist and you're looking to perform, I have a segment called Welcome to the Limelight, which is in this little area over here. Not little, because it's bigger than big, so don't get it twisted. A lot of people that come through here, they do things after this, so it is what it is. So I got to get you to perform. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to bring my special guest up here. His name is TrapHouse Koda.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I am blessed and highly favored. I could complain, but I'm not.
Okay. Fair enough.
So you're originally from Virginia or no?
I'm from, I was born in Norfolk.
Norfolk.
Lived in Norfolk for about 6 or 7 years. And then I moved to Virginia Beach in the second grade and lived here ever since.
Okay. So you're based out of Virginia Beach now.
Yep.
You moved back from Florida, and we'll get into all of that as well because you were once in a deal, and then I heard you also are not in that deal anymore.
Absolutely,
So let's get into that a little bit later. And you have a new project coming out called The Biggest Target. It dropped February the 3rd, 2023.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
shout out to you.
Very excited on that.
It's 9 tracks. Is
Yep.
it an album or a mixtape?
It's an album. I'll say it's an album.
Oh.
I feel like if you listen to it front to back, it's a good feel.
No skips?
Maybe, if I'm being honest with myself, maybe
Yes.
one skip.
Okay. One skip.
Maybe
We're
one
going to
skip.
see.
But that's me being very truthful.
Okay. So let's get into this interview. How did this thing called entertainment enter your life? Like, what is your earliest memory of entertainment for you?
I knew I wanted to be an artist. I was probably 12.
12.
Yeah. And my mom's best friend's son, Michael, he introduced me to hip hop music. I grew up on a lot of country music, a lot of like old school rock.
Okay.
That was kind of like my upbringing. My dad was a stagehand for Whisper concerts. So like any all the concerts they had like at the oceanfront on the Navy bases. He was a stagehand, so I was always with him for a lot of those concerts when he was setting up. So I got to meet a lot of. At that time, they were up and coming.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're a lot bigger artists.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I feel like that, and then getting introduced to hip hop really, like hip hop and specifically Lil Wayne. That was like my first taste of hip hop, and I just feel like that really made me wanna. As soon as I heard it was the Drought 3, it was a mixtape, and I was just like, I really want to make music.
Right.
And I felt like I could do it. And from that point forward, that was really all I focused on.
So what was what was the scene like back in Norfolk during that time for you? Like music scene, and then also like your like high school, middle school, that type of.
So, I was in Virginia Beach for middle school and high school.
Okay.
So, I was a little bit like, that was really like 7th, 8th grade was when I was really getting into the music.
Okay.
And I really didn't know many people that did music at that time. And then going into my freshman year, I actually met Julian Mars, which is another local artist. And he was the first person that ever was like, hey, come over and record.
Okay.
And it was like, he lived probably like 10 minutes from me, bike ride. So I got on my bike one day after school, went over to his house. And, we're 13, 14.
Right.
He's a year older than me, so he was like 15 maybe at the time. we're, in his house just recording, just having fun. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then it's just, I've kept in touch with him over the years. And we worked on some music, after that. But it was just, that was really my first taste at recording.
So he
And
kind of he kind of helped you with the recording process. Did you know anything before that as far as like
I still to this
counting
day
the beats
barely,
and the
um,
16 bars and that stuff? Did you learn all of that within that time frame, or did it as you progressed through your artistry?
it really took, like, as I progressed. Even still now, I don't really count bars.
Okay.
I just kind of listen to the beat, and I feel like I fit in where I feel
It's
the verse
necessary.
fits, and where the hook. Um, so I mean, even now I could be wrong when it comes to technical terms wrong when it comes to recording, but I have fun. I love it. So
So do you remember your first rap or the first track that you've done or that you did?
I remember all I remember. Julian and I had a song called Focus. Um, and I was, prepubescent at the time. So I was like young Justin Bieber. So I remember I was trying to hit like, and we're recording at the house, so it's like we got the auto tune on, but it's that horribly mixed auto tune that just doesn't sound right. And I just that I don't know why that song sticks to me, but it does. And that, yeah, I don't think that song, just the name of it and the who and what, I feel like is gonna stick with me forever, just because, like I said, that was the first song. When I think of first songs I recorded, it's that, or obviously like the Versace remix. But I mean, we'll probably get into that later when on like when I was in high school, and that's really kind of when my music started to catch, was high school. Uh,
So so what were you influenced by outside of, you said, Lil Wayne,
yeah.
and was it majority of the hip hop culture, or was it like a mixture of
So
genres?
once I really got into hip hop music itself, and like I said, like the Lil Wayne and stuff, like I really stuck with hip hop. I listened to a lot of hip hop. I even ventured back into older hip hop, Biggie, Big Pun. I tried to pull something when it comes to making music.
Mhm.
I try to pull something from everywhere.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, I've hip hop mainly, I
Mhm.
would say, is like the big influence. I mean, maybe like some R&B,
Mhm.
stuff like that, but
Mhm.
yeah,
Any
them.
country? Because I know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's a lot of like the older country, like early 2000s country,
Okay.
Toby Keith and kind of
Oh,
stuff. Like,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
know. I not a lot of people do sometimes. So
I'm sorry. I know the way down yonder in Chattanooga. I know that one, but I
okay,
mean, I don't.
like you never heard that song? It's like the song like all of like the soldiers listened to when they were going into war with
Mm.
Iraq. It was like, we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. But yeah, that's so. But
No, I don't.
yeah, that was like early 2000s, like country. But yeah, that's a lot of like what my mom liked. Because her boss every summer would buy them like the you can get like the country music pass
Mhm.
for the amphitheater.
Mhm. Mhm.
So they had every country music concert that came through, they would be at. So
Wow.
yeah, so my mom was a real big country music fan. She loves my music, and she likes a lot of like the older hip hop, like early 2000s.
Mhm. So, how would you describe your sound during that time? Because I know you made a transition here with like within the last year, in which we'll also talk about, to like a
2 years,
new 2 years.
coming up on 2 years now. It's crazy.
Oh, ooh, I thought okay, nope, I'm wrong then.
April of 2020.
Oh, okay. Let me put that in my notes. My
Or
bad.
2021, sorry.
Gotcha.
But it's 2023 now. It's crazy. Time's flying.
So what was like
So like when I was first doing the music,
Yeah.
I was trying to be Lil Wayne.
Mhm.
A Lil Wayne Drake mix. That was what I was trying to be. And I mean, I feel like a lot of that was forced
Mhm.
with I don't know. I wouldn't say trying to fit in, but like
Just
trying to
finding your
be like I said, like it was a big influence, and sometimes you take your big influence and you try to become that person instead of being your own artist, you know?
Right.
So a lot of what I do now, I mean, I make music now that I feel like people want to listen to,
Right.
you know, or I aim for that.
Right.
I don't necessarily, and and that's for me as well. Like I want to make music that I will listen to, you know, like
Right.
I can, because you know, I obviously I'm gonna be my biggest critic, so I want to make something that if I listen to it in the car, I can replay it a couple times and I get bored of it, you know.
Right. Right.
So, but yeah, definitely when I first started, to now, I love going back and I love just listening to like the progression
Mhm.
because it's mind boggling. If you were to listen to the first music video I ever put out to, you know, the song that blew up, you'd be like, these are the same. It's the same kid. Like that's crazy.
Mhm.
But it's dope to have something, I guess, where you believe in yourself so much that you know no matter what, like, yeah, it might be taking a long time, but if you believe in yourself enough, like, it's gonna happen regardless.
Mhm.
So it's one of them things. Not a lot of people have the drive for it.
Right.
You know, like in high school, I tried to do the sports thing,
Okay.
try to do, you know, other, you know, I was never a school person.
Mhm.
Hated school. And I really feel like music is really the only thing I've ever really fully committed myself to, I
Right.
guess.
Right.
You know, 9 to 5, hated my job, quit it, thankfully.
To do music full time.
Well, yeah, I do music full time. Pays the bills. Even now, being independent,
Mm.
you know, the money's still coming in where it does pay the bills. So it's nice.
When did you realize that being an artist was going to be that thing for you? Like that moment that like, okay, this is paying off and this is
Um,
I'm here.
Realistically, not until old Silverado popped off did I always believed in myself,
Mhm.
but I feel like a lot of it was more believing in myself because I was scared to fail,
Mm.
you know?
Right.
So, but real, like, I knew once I was in high school and I put, um, the music video, it was the first music video I'd ever shot. When I put that out, and, you know, obviously I got a mixed reaction in high school. There
Mhm.
was a group of kids that bullied me for rapping.
Mm.
Yeah, from, you know, they even put diss tracks out and all this. Like, yeah, it was a huge thing, but I think that in itself helped me have more confidence
Mhm. Mhm.
because I was so young at that time and was getting so much shit for wanting to rap,
Mhm.
you know? And at that point it was, am I gonna listen to these dudes and stop making music?
Mhm.
Or am I just gonna keep doing what I do and know that eventually it'll pay off?
Right.
And I just stuck with it. And then and that was my freshman year that I was getting bullied.
Damn.
Yeah.
That
Freshman
sucks.
year, I was 14, 15, getting bullied by kids older than me. You know, these kids are 17, 16,
That's
17.
crazy.
But by time those kids graduated and you know, I really I don't want to say I ran the school because I didn't,
Mhm.
but
You had a lot of influence.
everybody knew who I was.
Mhm.
Literally
Mhm.
everybody. You could
Was
walk
it
through.
because of your music or was it because of just
It was a mixture. It was
okay.
because of me myself as a person. I was just loud there. You know,
Mhm.
I was a big dude in high school too. Um, but I knew everybody, parties, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, once they were gone, like, and I dropped that first music video, my junior, like I think it was my sophomore year going into my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
And the reaction I got from it was a lot of positive.
Mm-hmm.
There was some negative, but the positive side of it was like that was when I realized, okay, I really might have something.
Right.
And then I did another song, and that one did even better. And I was in high school and had 20,000 views on the music video. So it was like that was for me. That was a lot.
That
at
was
that time.
confirmation for you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So, and then obviously once I graduated and I couldn't walk around school and tell everybody, go watch my video, hey, watch my video. I wouldn't say fell off a little bit, but the numbers died down.
Right.
And, that was really where it was like, okay, what do I do now?
What's next? Mm-hmm.
So, I was doing the SoundCloud thing a lot, all that kind of stuff. And then, I want to say I didn't really do much for real. I was still just dropping music on SoundCloud,
Mm-hmm.
but I really feel like there was a few years where like I wouldn't say I gave up on myself, but I was like, well, damn, like I feel like what I'm doing like should have popped,
Right.
and it's not. So, there was a few years where I got comfortable with working, and I was doing I worked 2 jobs, so it was like trying to find a time for music was
stagnant.
Well, I wouldn't say to find time for music, but to find time for videos and stuff like that was stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Because thankfully, if turning it all around, if it wasn't for my job, I don't feel like maybe the music would have worked out. Because once I was working, like I said, I was working the 2 jobs, and then it cut to I got more hours at my day job, so I could stop doing security because I was doing security at nightclubs.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to stop that and just work, my one job full time, and there I was a manager at a hotel at the oceanfront, but it was like kind of one of like the hotels, it wasn't like one of the best ones. So like when the summer was over and like it was wintertime, like we were slow, and I was there 8 hours a day. So I maybe only really worked for, depending on the day, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So I had 7 hours of downtime there.
Nice.
So I was able to interact with, at the time, my fans. And now I feel like I truly am gaining a big fan base. But before, it was just people that were interested in my music that were my friends. I wouldn't call them fans. They were just people supporting me.
Right.
But now I feel like I'm truly like adapting a fan base. And that's a different feeling. Because it's like people I've never met are pushing my music harder than people I know.
That seems like it's always the case.
It is, and it's sad.
It is.
But I feel like it comes down to sometimes people don't want to see you win because then they feel like they might lose you. It's like, okay, well, damn, what if Koda blows up and then I can't chill with Koda no more, or so
you're not readily available for what we have right now.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say that's everybody because I do have a lot of like good friends from high school. They still are at every concert that they can make. They still share my music, and I'm so thankful for that.
They're doing what they can.
Yeah, they're doing what they can with without, and I don't ever ask for monetary support.
Right.
I don't ever ask, hey, donate to my Cash App to support my music career, or whatever. I've never done that. All I've ever asked is, hey, repost this for me.
Comment on it,
like it, share it, like
open verse.
All that is
because I see
free.
a lot of your open verses.
Yeah,
I'd be like, dang.
I'm like, all that's free,
right?
And I don't think a lot of people get that. Just that little that little bit of support goes a long way.
A long way.
Especially if you're one of the first people to see the post.
Mm.
If you're one of the first people to see the post and you scroll past it, it's like, come on, bro, that could have helped a lot. Like, because it really is like with these social media platforms, like that first 15 minutes is crucial.
Absolutely.
15 to 20 minutes is, you'll know by then if you need to delete the post and repost it. Like,
at a later time.
And I've done that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's just something somebody needs to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not posting this for 30 people to see. And I got 22,000 followers. Like,
damn.
And that's organic.
Right.
You know, I've never, you know, that's, and, you know, so it don't make sense why only 30 people are seeing my post. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then 5 days later, I got 100 likes, 100 people liking it. It's like, what is this algorithm? Like, I don't.
Nobody knows anymore. They switch it all the time. So during all of your transitions through life, how was your support system? Because I know you recently just talked about, you know, your friends, you know, giving what they can and doing what they can. But at your earlier stages up until now, what was your support system like?
It was well. You know, my mom always has been a huge supporter of my music. Mm-hmm. And I wouldn't really say she liked what I was talking about, but she's a mom, you know, and she, you know, she's like, if you have a dream and, you know, you can afford to chase it, you know?
Shout out to moms.
For real. Shout out to all the moms that support the dreams, you know? I can't hear it, but I can hear it.
I can't hear it, but I can hear it.
But
that's bars.
But yeah, and then, you know, my friends have always held me down. Mm-hmm. You know, like in high school, my friend was the one shooting my music videos for free. You know, so, and, you know, we're still great friends to this day. That's my guy Jared, man. Shout out to Jared.
Shout out to Jared.
Yeah. You know, he was doing photo shoots, all that kind of stuff, you know, for free and never asked for anything. So, and it's hard to find those kind of people, you know?
Exactly.
And it's crazy because he's so talented with the camera, but he doesn't even use it anymore, you know?
Why not?
He does like coding. Like for
that's like left field. That's like that way.
So he's just really.
But you get money in coding.
He's just good at. I feel like he's really good at whatever he does. You know, he's one of those people. But you know, he went to school, college, got a major, and got a job in something his major was for. So it was useful. You know. Mm-hmm. And I mean, hell, we had a lot of fun times when he was in college, you know, going to visit him. So he went to ECU. So,
oh man,
yeah,
shout out to ECU.
Yeah, for real.
So does that support translate over into the studio? Like, do you ask your friends, like, hey, do you get like their opinion before dropping something, or do you ask?
So I have certain people, whose music opinion I respect.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to G Stacks because I think that's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely always ask G his opinion. I ask him like while I'm recording. I'm like, "Hey G, how's it sound?" Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds better than the last one. I'm like, all right, cool. And G don't ever give his. I feel like he don't ever fully give his honest opinion, but he's as honest as he can be professionally. but no, he does tell me like, nah, I don't think this takes the one, redo it. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's what I need, you know, a lot of the time. So but yeah, when it comes down to dropping something, there's at least 3 to 4 people I'll send a song to, and I'm like, hey, first off, listen to this in the car. Mm-hmm. Don't just listen to it on your phone, but listen to it in your car and let me know what you think. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would say, a handful of people whose music's opinion that I respect that I would ask before dropping anything.
Has some of them ever stopped you from putting something out?
I wouldn't say they have stopped me, but I've gone back and made adjustments because I kind of agreed with them. So
walk us through the process of a TrapHouse Koda studio session. Like, do you pick the beat first? Do you rhyme first? Are you a freestyle? Like, walk us through that part.
A lot of every time if I come to the studio, I already have something prepared.
Okay.
I don't ever like come in here and just like, oh hey G, we gonna pull a beat up and I'm just gonna write. We've had that maybe one time, and that was when we had extra time in the session that I'd already recorded everything I had came to record, and we still had like 40 minutes left. So I was like, hey G, just go ahead and
pull something.
Yeah, pull up this beat and I'll write to it. So but other than that, like a lot lately, I've been working a lot with my DJ and my producer Justice.
Okay.
Just Add Water. Big shout out to Just Add Water. We've been making a lot of crazy music. But yeah, so like the process, I had actually, I was in here yesterday recording, and Justice was over at my house the night before, and I had actually texted G and was like, hey, do you happen to have any time open, Saturday or Friday? And he didn't, so we booked a session for Saturday. But Justice was at my house, and we everything I recorded yesterday, we made the day before. And, it was just kind of one of them, he made the beat on the spot, and we just kind of went from, that's a lot of the time. It starts with he'll play a beat, and I'm like, okay, what's the name of this? And I'll start rapping off the name of the beat, and then I'll find something that sounds good, and we start building from there. But it's been nice to have somebody to sit down and work with who makes the beats, and not just find a beat on YouTube and write to. I feel like
the organic way.
Yeah, and I just feel like the whole process of making the song is just a lot better when it comes down to being there with the person creating the beat. When you're able to make something from scratch,
right,
you're always gonna have a better outcome. So yeah, a session with me, weed, definitely gonna need some weed.
Shout out to all the cannabis smokers.
Yeah, shout out all the cannabis smokers. But no, for sure though, I come in here with it ready to go, and then lay it down.
And then how soon after do you like put it out? Is it just like
it just depends. Like we just decided I'm gonna do a deluxe version to the album dropping
February 3rd.
Yep, February 3rd. So that's a little exclusive, yeah.
Exclusive access.
Deluxe album coming. And that's probably where a lot of the stuff I'm gonna be recording is gonna go. Probably 4 or 5 extra tracks or so.
Okay.
Of unreleased stuff. Just depending, maybe not everything we did, but we'll record enough to where we'll have a choice to pick and choose.
Okay. So at one point you were kind of like fed up with your music, and you started to recreate yourself or rebrand yourself, and then that was your pivotal moment when you had old Silverado. Can you talk a little bit about what led up to that, how you created it, and then how it took off after?
Yeah. So I wouldn't say I got to a point where I was fed up with my music, but I was definitely fed up with being stagnant, and like I felt like this was, like I said, just 2 years ago,
Right.
where I felt like at that time the rap music I was making was quality enough to be doing something.
Right.
And I mean, I wouldn't say it was doing horrible. I was doing better than most locals, but it was just like I was like searching for the break, looking for that. And I would say, as weird as it sounds, I had a song and the beat for the song got bought out from under us.
Mm.
Yeah. And like I felt like the song we had was like a hit.
Mhm.
You know, it wasn't my record, I was a feature, but I felt so strongly about the record, I felt like it was my record.
Right.
You know, and
That's strong.
yeah. So I was like, damn, like that really sucks.
Right.
And you know, there's nothing you can do about it at that point besides get the beat remade or, you know, whatever. But at that time, I wasn't working with any producers who I felt strongly enough to remake the beat.
Mm. Okay.
And with that, I come to find the dude who had bought the beat out from under us. I find his music. He's doing the country rap kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I mean, this sounds kind of dope.
Mhm.
You know, I was like, let me see what I can do with this. Really, it was like I would say I was almost testing myself, but I was testing myself. I was like, you know, I'm from Virginia, from the South.
Mhm.
You know, my family, you know, I have a lot of family or friends, you know, that are real country, you know,
Mhm.
or live out in the middle of nowhere in the sticks.
Up 58.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just like, let me put myself to the test. One night it was like 4 a.m. and I probably had faced like 4 or 5 blunt. Like I kid you not, like I was cloud. If there was a cloud 9, I was on it. And the dude who made the beat that was bought out from under us,
Mhm.
I was like, okay, he must make these kind of beats.
Mhm.
So I went to his catalog on BeatStars, and well, actually, I went to his Instagram and I scrolled through and I heard it. I heard the old Silverado beat,
Mhm.
and I get sent this screenshot all the time because I commented on it and I was like, "Hey, bro, is this available?" That comment is still there. Now that I'm verified and all that, you know, it's still there, so people are starting to see it. Because this, I mean, this producer, that guy, you know, I don't want to name drop,
You don't
but
have to.
you know, that artist, his music's doing very well.
Mhm.
He's making songs on this guy's beats.
Mhm.
I'm making this. I end up making this song that does really well on his beat.
Mhm.
My follow up record's produced by him as well.
Mhm.
So this guy's kind of starting to make a name for himself producing wise. And actually, just recently, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Young Boy, NBA Young Boy,
Mhm. Mhm.
he produced a song
Wow.
for Young Boy. So
So simultaneously, y'all are growing together in
yeah,
a
and
sense.
you know, this guy's from the UK, the producer.
What?
Yeah, so it's dope, and you know, him and I have a really good relationship,
Mhm.
and I just think it's dope to see. It's crazy to grow at the same time,
Right.
and you know, he's starting to make trips over here to with people.
Have you met him?
I haven't
You
yet.
haven't.
I
Okay.
want to though, for
Okay.
sure.
Y'all have to
Yeah, it's a must.
definitely.
But yeah, so I go to his page, I see the old Silverado beat, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, I flip the script and I'm like, okay, country, country, country. Like big trucks, oh, women, beer, I smoke, you know, blunt, you know, so and out of nowhere just the bitches, blunts, beers, like that came to my head.
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, I was like, if I can put this together, I was like, this song is gonna be crazy. So I was like, all right, I'm smoking. I was like, you know, da 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 da, you know, and I'm like, what country? I was like, back roads, dirt road, you know. I was like, you know, and then it just came, you know, on the back road, smoking on gelato, and I was like, okay, and then I was like, and it the whole song. I literally wrote the whole song in like 15 minutes. 15 minutes changed my life. And I came and recorded it with G.
Mm-hmm.
And G looked at me and was like, "What are you doing?" I kid you not. We like I don't think G was ready. And like for that day I came in, I said, G, I'm doing something different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I've experimented with G before. We've done, no auto tune to full auto tune.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, G, this isn't I was like, this is, you've never heard nothing like this, have you? And I got on live. Like after I recorded, I got on live right here while he's mixing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd made a Facebook status. I was like, I'm gonna make a country rap song just to show you guys how easy it is. I swear, those were my exact words on Facebook. G's seen the status. So everybody's anticipating this.
Right.
Everybody's like, no way, no way, no way. I posted and I was like, I'm going to the studio today to record the country rap track. Look out for me going live. I'll go live. There's like 80 people in my live. Like 80 people. He starts playing it back while he's mixing it. And the whole chat is just going crazy. And that's when I knew. Like, before I walked out of here, I said, G, I was like, we got one.
I made
Literally. Literally. I was like, we got one, G. And from that day, I went home, literally did what I did with, at that time, what I was doing with my promotion, the way I promoted. I sat in my room. I had LED lights in my room. I changed them to a color and rapped in front of the phone. Just like how the phone's like this, I just rapped in front of it. The song. Go into iMovie, put the audio for the song behind it, turn the audio, so it was just the full song with my words mouthed to it. And posted on TikTok. I woke up the next morning to 10,000 likes.
Oh.
Overnight, 10,000 likes. Nothing I had ever done on TikTok had ever popped. Most likes, I had 400 followers.
Damn.
Now I have 43,000 followers on TikTok.
That was a little stunt. Go and stunt on a little bit.
But no, TikTok is so hard.
It is.
TikTok is so. I have 43,000 followers, and I only get 20 likes. Sometimes it don't make sense. Like it's
they
another
just
one
like
of them.
To look at it.
It's another one of them things. But it's crazy. It's like I think TikTok, like TikTok itself, likes old Silverado, because anything old Silverado posted I like gets views. I kid you not. Like anything old Silverado, I can repost a video from last year and it'll get 1,000 likes. It's just it's crazy, and it's like now that song has over 10 million streams collectively, YouTube and Spotify and all that.
Damn.
So
shout out to you.
Yeah, and it all came from me being mad at something. Something great came from me being mad.
Yeah.
And I was even in here with G. I was like, that motherfucker fucking beat up money, motherfucker. Like, I was snapping.
But it worked out at the end.
It did. And now I have a song with that guy.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. See, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need that beat. There are other beat. You didn't need it.
No. So it's just crazy to me how life works sometimes.
So how were you feeling emotionally? Like at that very moment when you woke up and saw all those views and saw, people reacting to the song that you just made, what was your immediate reaction and emotion?
It's about fucking time.
Ooh.
Like, I was like
this all y'all needed right here? This it?
I was like, this is what I had to do. Like, this is what was necessary. I had to move to Elizabeth City for y'all to, like, like, I had to go to.
Sometimes you gotta do that, I guess.
Yeah, but so it was just like it was very overwhelming though at first, because it was just like everything happened so quick, and it was like by the time like I think like a month hit, it had hit like 200,000 views on TikTok. Like it was, yeah,
It was up
and
there.
well, no, that was like a week. I want to say, sorry, a week, because I remember I was talking to there was an artist that had reached out who was a bigger artist,
Mm-hmm.
who actually, like, if they would have gotten on that song at the time, it would have been crazy because they had just gotten like a co-sign from Lil Baby, big artist. So I waited for them to send a verse back, and I waited like 3 weeks. So I feel like I could have lost a little bit of traction with the song, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean the song should have obviously still did amazing.
Right.
Um,
Absolutely.
but um, and then he reaches back out and he's like, "Oh well, I can't get my vocals right."
After 3 weeks?
Yeah,
Oh
and
no. Hell no.
I'm like, I mean, you could have just told me that
Right.
like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Facts.
So now I'm sitting here like waiting. I'm waiting for a verse that was never gonna come. And I mean, I'm still in contact with that dude.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I send him a song, I never get something back, even though he tells me to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say stop, but limit yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely limit
Because then it's like,
yourself.
okay, so what are you doing with the music I'm sending you?
Mm.
You know,
Hello.
and you know how shady this music industry
Listen,
is.
we're not gonna talk about that.
But I'm not saying that guy's doing anything
Of
shady
course,
at all.
of course not.
I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me.
And soon after you got signed, was that a major deal or was that just distribution, or how did it go and how did you feel about it?
So I turned down some major offers
Okay.
to go the route that I went.
Mm-hmm.
It was a full deal.
Okay.
Independent label, not a major label. But I turned down offers from Pusha T.
Mm.
I had an offer from Interscope.
Mm.
So I mean, I had meetings with 300 Entertainment, Alamo. So it wasn't like that song. That one song got me in front of a lot of major
Right.
eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy how they say the music industry's tied together, but it's like, what are they fighting?
I was like, wait, what happened?
but no, they say the industry's tied together, but it was like as soon as one one label reached out,
Mm-hmm.
it was like the next one reached out, and then the next one reached out, and it was like, yo, are y'all talking? Like, are y'all communicating right now?
Yeah.
So it was like, and I mean that's what you want. You want to start a bidding war.
Absolutely.
And so I ended up, like I said, I turned down, some things that could have definitely been more life changing
Mm-hmm.
than, I'm not gonna say the deal that I got into wasn't life changing because, I got to do a lot of things for the first time and got to be in, some, nice studios and meet some bigger artists and stuff like that. So I'm not thankful for that. But it's like you guys saw, we talked about what I was turning down to be
Right.
here.
Okay.
And for them, they just, so I ended up signing the deal. It's 2-year deal, 4 albums. We do the remix for Old Silverado. Wasn't my call on who was on the remix. They put the biggest artist on their label on there, which I understand. They're budget friendly, but still it makes sense. They come up here for us to shoot the remix video. They drove 10 hours up here from Florida for us to shoot the remix video, whole camera crew, the girl that's on the remix, and I mean, that was awesome. We ended up getting rained out. Yeah, we ended up getting rained out, so they drove up here for no reason. And I feel like after that,
It kind of went downhill.
yeah, like we did the.
Was that a sign? Do you think that might have been a sign? It got rained out.
I don't want to say yeah, but possibly. Like, so we after that we go down to Florida to do the remix video.
Mhm.
There was no like treatment for it. Like, shot it in a Best Buy parking lot. Like, because we were under the impression where we were going, there was a huge like truck meet going on. Come to find out, there was like a bunch of tickets you had to buy and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, we did with what we could.
Mhm.
Video still was okay. You know, it wasn't bad. Um, do the next single, which was Rodeo.
Mhm.
Love that song. Great video. You know, we had a treatment. Treatment made sense. It's one of those that brought the song to life. Was very happy. What I have next? I think that was it. So we dropped the remix. Dropped the remix in November or December, and then we dropped in January.
Okay.
Then I basically don't hear from the label for 5 months, 4 or 5 months.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean I get the beginning of the year. Beginning of the year is slow for the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
But why am I not hearing from y'all till
Right.
April, March, April?
Right. Nothing.
Because we
like
shot
nothing.
we shot these videos in November.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped the one in December, the one in January. We dropped what we had.
Right.
And then, like I said, I didn't hear from them. And then I go down there,
You were
down.
still making music though. You were continuously making music throughout that time. No.
That's what I'm saying. Because I was here.
Okay.
And I mean, obviously, I can come record with G.
Right.
But that wasn't why I signed the deal.
But not, right.
I signed a deal, so I'm not having to come out of pocket for none of this.
Right.
If I would have came to G, which come to find out, they tell us at the end of the deal, we could have been doing all this and just sending them invoices. And it's like, okay, well, why didn't you tell me that? I don't find this out to the end of the deal when he's like, okay, well, go record this and just send us an invoice.
Wow.
And I'm like, why was this never transparent?
Right.
And I feel like a lot of it was just lack of communication because of the distance.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I didn't hear from them for 4 or 5 months. I moved to Florida for a month and a half, 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Whole time I'm down there, I don't get anything done.
Mm.
It's like I'm having to get in where I can fit in, and I'm getting in with people who are making the different kind of music than what they want me to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're trying to keep me in a certain not a box, but just keep going that direction. And you've got me in with people going this direction.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I'm going to be making music that's this direction if that's the only way that I can get it, you know?
Right. Okay.
So then I ended up making a song with another artist on the label. And I had another single, In the Middle. We shot the video for In the Middle. Video ended up being a bust because the girl we shot the video with was like the 4th option.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that day everybody flaked. So we used the girl with the 4th option who doesn't fit the character for the song.
Mm-hmm.
There's no disrespect to her, but doesn't fit what we need for the music video. So it's just not what I wanted.
Not what you signed up for. Mm-hmm.
And then I do another video. And meanwhile, the whole time I'm dropping these songs, the numbers are, and I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, so then we bring up like, hey, can we get some marketing? Oh, well, I don't think these are the one. I don't think these records are the one. Why are we dropping them then?
Right.
Why are we dropping these songs if you don't think they're the one?
Right.
If you're not willing to push these records, why are we dropping them?
Right.
Are you just trying to fill the contract?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing? And then it came down to the day where I shared something that Russ had posted about independent artists having a. It was something that he had just dropped $1 million budget on his single. You know, and it was saying like how independent, like if you're signed to a label, you can't do that because this person has to clear this for this. And I guess they took that the wrong way. And I got a phone call that day that was like, so do you want to be independent or what?
They called you and said, so you want.
I said, so what are you trying to do? I said, I guess I'm leaning that way.
Oh.
All right, cool.
And that was it.
That was it. They got the we got the paperwork together.
Do you have the rights to old Silverado?
Yep.
Okay, good. I did it again.
Nothing that I did with them though. I mean, I have partial rights too, but anything I recorded with them is theirs, which.
And so this was recently
recorded and released.
That you just got released, or that you just left the deal.
It's past summer.
Mm-hmm.
It's past summer, yeah.
Okay, and so now you're back in Virginia.
Yep.
And you're still continue to do music and drop and still, travel and do things like that. So,
but it did get me in kind of a funk.
Of course it would.
Because it's like, what? Did I do something wrong? Was I not doing something right? Like, and they try to say a lot of it was. So I guess the guy liked to like post subliminal stuff on his story, you know, and not directly aim it. But the day he said something, I remember he posted. He was like, "Oh yeah, and a lot of y'all are about to get some phone calls. A lot of y'all are about to get some phone calls because we're dropping dead weight." And then later that day, I got a phone call. So I was like,
"That's not good. That's not good."
No, I mean, I was cool with it because it's like, if that's how you feel good, get me out of here. I don't want to be around you then. Like, that's not the energy I need.
So what is your goal now that you are out of the deal and you're now considered real independent?
Really whatever. I wouldn't mind another deal offer if it is the right thing for me. But really we're just consistently drop music that's paying the bills. That's what I'm cool with. You know? So as long as everything is consistent enough.
Is your heart still in it like it used to be?
I think it's more in it now.
Okay.
Because getting fed a bunch of BS, you know, because I got the whole spiel when I was first, you know, I got done wrong in the music industry, so that's why I'm trying to do this label and make it so other artists aren't getting that. It's like, bro, this is exactly what the fuck you did. Like, for being honest, like that's exactly what the fuck you did. Like, and that's sad, but it is what it is. And I feel like that's why I'm more in it now than I was, because now I feel like I got something to prove.
Right. So. In which you have a new project coming out. So talk a little bit about that and the influence behind that. The biggest target.
It's a direct shot at the label.
9 songs.
Yep.
Okay. And are they going to have visuals? Are all 9 songs going to have visuals? Or have
no. We haven't done any visuals for any of them but the Trap, the first song. That's going to be on it.
Don't forget the Trap.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget the Trap. But yeah, I definitely do plan on shooting some visuals. Okay. At least 3, I would say.
Okay.
3 solid visuals from the album. And yeah, I mean, that's really my plan for the next probably 2-3 months is just pushing this album, getting the deluxe ready, dropping the deluxe. shooting videos that have to do with the album. But yeah, the story behind the biggest target. Whenever there would be any issues, their thing at the label was target on lock.
Mm.
Well, I'm the biggest target. Welcome to the game. Like, so yeah, that
they
was
just woke up a sleeping bear. You understand
yeah,
me?
and I don't know. It's it's one of those things where I enjoy proving people wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it my whole life, and if I'm dead weight, I'm gonna show you I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know that. So let's push forward. Well, last but not least, how did you get the name TrapHouse Koda?
So a lot of people assume I'm like drug dealer of the century, or I'm not gonna incriminate myself on here, but
Please don't.
no, the trap house actually comes from a car club
Okay.
that I'm a part of. Like a lowered car club. You see all the lowered cars driving around here all the time. But yeah, so it's Trap House. It's the car club. I was a member. I came to him. I was like, hey, bro, I fuck with the brand a lot. Do you mind if I put Trap House in front of my rap name? At that time, I was Koda Boy. I felt like I'm an adult
had
now.
growth, right?
Yeah,
right.
so it was like, what do I go into next? I didn't want to go into just being Koda. So it was like, what do I?
It fits you well.
It does. It's crazy. It's crazy how much I get called Trap more than my own
the
name.
whole thing.
Yeah, it's just yo Trap, and I respond. It's
Right.
just, but no, I definitely think it's grown into something a lot bigger than the car club now. And definitely big shout out to my guy Ronnie, for allowing me to, bring the trap house into music and have it just be a lot more than just a car club.
Right.
Because, now it's like people that are fans of me are, I try to be as open about this a lot because I do know that cops watch my page. So I'm just, yeah, no, I smoke weed, but I don't sell it. I promise.
Okay. He said, I promise.
But no, yeah. So Trap House came from a car club. I'm not no kingpin. I'm not Don Corleone. I'm not Pablo Escobar. But yeah. I'm just being honest.
Right.
A lot of people really do assume like I'm like some huge drug dealer, and I'm not.
It's a name, guys. It's just a name.
I mean, not that I won't take that y'all assume that. But it's like, okay, cool, y'all assume that. Okay, I'll take it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you think that highly of me. But yeah, no, I'm not.
You're not trapping. Not trapping. So last but not least,
only thing I'm trapping is merch and
hello, and music.
Yeah, and music, a lot of music.
Yes. So leave something to this thing called entertainment, or what would you leave your younger self when it comes to this thing called entertainment?
What would I leave? Like
what would
message?
you tell? Yeah, what would your message be to your younger self?
Keep going. That it does pay off. Because coming from being a single mom household and not really being the only like light at the end of the tunnel, and then to have even what I have now is great. I've been able to do stuff that I wasn't able to do before. I made triple what I made at my day job last year just off my music. So it's a blessing.
Amazing. So let's get to the top three. Well, it's top three moments in your career. So that is what it is. Top three moments in your career.
old Silverado,
Mm-hmm.
just in itself. Um, I would say signing the deal,
Mm-hmm.
just because I got to say I'd do it.
Right.
And then 3 is gonna be like a 2-part answer.
Okay.
So first part would definitely be headlining Elevation 27.
Okay.
Just because that's a big venue around here, and to have my own headlining show and be able to put my own show together there, I think that's major in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yes.
And then the second part is performing in front of a sold out crowd at the Norva.
Mm. I saw that on your Instagram too. I
Yeah.
was like, okay.
And actually, again, shout out to Justice for that. That was actually his gig that he brought me on to. So
Wow. See, we need more people like this in the Virginia area.
no, we definitely need more people like Justice.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm very thankful. Him and I have been friends since high school, and he was in the band in high school. He wasn't what he is now, and it was like I just think it's really dope how we both. There was a little bit where we were separated. We weren't
Mhm.
really like
Growth was happening.
yeah,
Mhm.
we were both doing our own thing. He was in the EDM scene. I'm doing the rap thing. He's back and forth a lot. Not here, and then over the past 2-3 years, really for us to reunite kind of and click the
Mhm.
way we have, and I just feel like we work so well together when it comes to sitting down and making music because he doesn't rap or write really, but he'll give his input and
Mhm.
he'll help you keep it going.
Mhm.
And like I said, he's crazy when it comes to samples, anything like that. Like, and I just feel like this sound that we're making is a lot different than what a lot of people are making nowadays.
Shout out to All right, so let's wind down this interview. It is coming to a close, so I do appreciate everybody for watching, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube video. But before we go, give your social media shout outs, and I have one final question that I ask at the end of the show to all of my guests.
Okay, yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram at TrapHouse Koda, all one word, TrapHouseKoda.
KODA. All right, and the question the question of the day is, what bothers you about the industry, and what will be your solution to helping fix it?
I think the biggest problem with me is how closed off the industry is. It's like they hand choose who makes it, really, in an instance,
The
unless
gatekeepers.
unless you're one of the people that just happens to just pop.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like there needs to be a change, and I mean, I'm trying my best. I always try to push other local artists. With these shows I'm doing, I'm putting local artists on the shows. I'm not bringing in, I'm bringing in outside people as well, but I'm also,
Focus on the local.
yeah. And I wish the other people that were a lot bigger did more. They do, and not that they don't do it. They do enough, but there's a lot more that could be done.
Facts.
But that's always so. I can't really say they're not doing enough. It's just they're doing
What they feel that they should be enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard it. So I do appreciate you for sliding through So Hollywood the podcast. Make sure you guys follow me, the page So Hollywood the podcast, and MISS Hollywood 313 on Instagram and TikTok. And if you want to perform on Welcome to the Limelight, we do have performances slots. I got to get you on Welcome to the Limelight as well when you drop a new album. It's an album, not a mixtape, y'all, because it's two different things.
A motherfucking album. And the Eagles just won, you dig?
So like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and the link is in the bio. If you have anything else, you can say it now, but if not, we're gonna get up out of here.
I got one thing. If
Okay.
you're watching and you got a dream, chase it. Like, literally. Don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. For years, I had people tell me I couldn't do what I'm doing. Oh, no, you're this, you're that. You're not this, you're not that.
Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. Prove everybody wrong.
Shout out to G Stacks 216 Session 420 Black Nuance and Swaggalot the Dawn. Peace up, A-Town down.
Is it me or is it hot in here? You got it. Is it me or is it hot in here? SoHollywood.
Before I tell Dad.
Okay, here. Yeah. Let's see.
Buckle up. She said she never rode in a big boy truck. I might lift it up. All black like a tuxedo with the bow tie front. I might switch it up. Ain't caught me the power stroke, cause you know I'm built tough. I ain't dodging no beef on the guts and the glory. You talking, you get rammed up. Buckle up.
To be a guest on So Hollywood the Podcast, just email sohollywoodthepodcast@gmail.com or follow me on Instagram, So Hollywood the Podcast, and MISS Hollywood 313.